Guys, we talk a lot about rich people and their filthy, disgusting rich people nice things that they don't let us play with. Us disgusting, filthy, poor people. They don't let us play with their cool stuff. And that should be a crime. It makes me mad. I want to be able to play with the cool toys that rich people can afford. One of those things being yachts. Boats and yachts are pretty cool. Wouldn't want to own a boat or a yacht because the adage that the best day of owning a boat, or the best days of owning a boat, are the day you get it and the day you sell it, are absolutely true. My parents bought a boat, like, for really cheap, like a really small, like, speedboat type thing. And it was a nightmare. And the first time we took it out, it sunk because they forgot to put the plugs into the back of the boat that keep it from filling with water, that are for getting at, like, water that's gotten into the, like, main area of the boat, the hull, out. And somehow I was the one that figured out that was the problem. I was the one that was like, hey, there's a hole here. I think those plugs that are in the console thing of the boat might have meant to be going in there. And it was just, we ended up selling it. It was a nightmare. But yeah, wouldn't want to own a boat. But the idea of being able to have, like, a yacht to go on, being able to have that much money, beautiful idea. You know, obviously an evil temptation, but a pretty lovely idea. And something I like to do is watch these insane house tour or yacht tour or sometimes even submarine tour videos and just sort of look at how the 1% of the 1% live and just sort of seethe in jealousy. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Let's check this one out. Inside a $20 million brand new celebrity-owned mega yacht. Okay. God damn. Balmy. Oh my god, that's... Does anyone in chat have thalassophobia? 20 meters is or 20 million is cheap for a mega yacht? It's 20 million, yeah. God, does anyone here have thalassophobia? What's that? It's when you're afraid of particularly structures underwater, in deep water, where it's dark and hazy. Just pictures freak you out.
Hey everyone, it's Enes here, and this week we're coming to you from beautiful Göcek, Turkey. This is Balmy, a 47-meter super yacht built by Mengiya Yachts. It was delivered a few weeks ago to its owner, Acun Ilıcalı, who is one of the biggest celebrities in Turkey, a media mogul and international businessman. It's valued around
Does that guy suck or is he okay? I feel like he's very well known in Turkey, and I know that Turkey has some cringe politics, and so a big billionaire, like, celebrity in Turkey, I feel like this guy might be, like, a known asshole. Maybe not, though. I mean, he's a billionaire, so definitely an asshole. I have a healthy fear and respect for the ocean. I love the ocean. I really do. Where are the orcas at? Are there orcas in the water around Turkey? I guess there would be. Yeah.
20 million euros, features 6 staterooms, 8.8 meter beam, 400...
You know, guys, if you just work really, really hard, one day you'll be able to afford this. That's how capitalism works. You guys just have to work really, really hard.
96 gross tons, beautiful finishes. I'm really excited for this tour, and I want to give big thanks to the owner, Acun, and the shipyard, Mengiya, for making this tour possible. And now, let's begin.
Why would you not live on that thing? Like, why would you have a house? Like, why would you have a house when you could just have this and just sail around, connect to internet via different harbors, use, like, satellite internet from your private satellite, and just live in this thing? I would set up a streaming room on this thing. Seasickness? They make medication for that, and also, if you're gonna spend this much money on a boat, or sorry, a ship, a yacht, a super yacht, you're not gonna be someone who has seasickness. I don't get seasickness. I get like car sick really badly. Like I get really bad seasickness. Or not seasickness, car sickness. I have never once in my life gotten seasickness. It doesn't bother me at all. Like the waving of the boat, storms, anything like that. It just doesn't bother me at all. This island chain is dope. There's a pool. Of course there's a pool.
Welcome
For the people
on board,
afraid of
Balmy.
sharks.
We're going to start our tour here on the Beach Club. This is a phenomenal space. We have the garage door opened up right now.
Are those sea glides? They've got those sports car jet skis or sports car speedboats and fucking sea glides. Like proper sea glides, the ones that actually work.
Steps taking you down to the sea, and we
See that thing right there? You can barely see it, but that's one of those jet ski or not jet skis, speedboats made and designed to look like a race car. This YouTuber guy test drove one of the first models of these things up the river that I worked on as a lifeguard in one of his videos. He did it at Rogers Park and then went up the river. But at the very head of that river is where I worked as a lifeguard. Pretty cool. I think his name's Dalmid. Dalmid. He does the diving videos where he finds random treasure in the water and like picks up trash.
We have all the toys laid out right now. 2 sea bobs right next to me.
Might have
we
been
the
jigging
E-foil
with
in the
Jordan,
center,
though.
bikes on this side, and we have the owners, 2 speedboats right here. What I love about this space is the fact that you're so close to the
Imagine being so rich that your speedboat has to look like a race car.
water. You can enjoy your toys. We have a phenomenal lounge here that we're going to check out in a bit. Now, coming to this side, we have 2 bikes, 19-foot Castoldi diesel jet tender, which really complements this incredible yacht. And
Why
coming
are
here,
you-
before I talk about this sidewall, I want to actually bring everybody here to the opening because it leads us to the Beach Club Lounge. This is an incredible space for you to
I would pay to live in that. I would pay to live in that little cubby. Hey, Evie Gretel. Like, I would unironically pay to live in that cubby. This is nicer than any apartment I've lived in.
sit down, relax.
Do I still have my lifeguard uniform? No, it's all the way back in Florida. I might be able to dig it up when I visit Florida in a few weeks, though. Not a few weeks, more like 6 weeks, but still.
Be close to the water and enjoy this incredible vessel. Seating section on this side, 3 chairs, TV right here. We have a small bar around the corner with a fridge, and right behind Mikey, we have a small dayhead that is dedicated for this level.
Once again, the guy doing the tour does not own any of these places. He's just doing tours. He just emails random rich people and tours their places.
But more importantly,
God,
we have this hydraulic side wall open up and create
Yeah, you
additional
do.
outdoor space. They have the stationary bike right there. Next to that, we have the Castoldi tender, and it's just an amazing space for you to be close to the water and just enjoy life.
I think this is the coolest part of the boat. We've seen a lot of beach clubs and a lot of boats. I don't know, something about this one just feels really relaxing. And
Like, Zan, you should buy a yacht and invite all the Xanderholics to live on it. Then I'd actually have a sex cult type thing going on. No, we're not doing that. What I want to have is a submarine. That little 2-seater Nemo 2 submarine is what I actually want to have. Like, this, if I had this type of money, I would just buy a fleet. You know, it's been a while since I've done my little autistic hyperfixation on this. So many of you guys probably don't know. Hypers in chat if you've played Subnautica and don't know what I'm talking about right now. The company that made these submarines was one of the companies that, like, called out the Stockton Rush guy who did the Ocean Gate company thing, telling him that his submarines were not up to standard with the submarine manufacturing, like, it's, like, not up to code, and actively told him he needs to shut down his entire program until he builds them properly. These submarines are made of solid titanium, made by a company that has been making research submarines for a very long time. In fact, here's an example of not the submarine that I want to get, but one of their research subs and some whale sharks. This is the Sea Explorer 5 series. This one's meant to go down to like 1,000 meters. This is one of the researcher subs. This company's been around a long time, making top-of-the-line research subs. This thing costs like millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and research teams and universities and organizations have to get them made bespoke. But the Nemo 2 one that I want to get is like my dream thing is very much more affordable. It's 550K is where it starts. Look at the shorks.
According to them, it's down. Oh, oh my God! It's in front of us! It's in front of us! Look, look, look!
Oh, shark.
Can you see it? Right there, right there, right there. Giant manta, whale shark, right in front of us. Look, look, look.
This is just a depth module, Mark II Seamoth. No, you're about to see the actual Seamoth, guys. Alright, are you guys ready to see the actual Seamoth? So this company makes research subs like that, made for like extreme depth. They've made a series of subs that is mass-produced, that is for, like, for rich people to be able to get at, like, a somewhat affordable price. Check this thing out, guys. This thing starts at $550,000. No idea how bad I want one of these. It's made for going down to a depth of 100 meters. If Vosh Real wants one of these. No, I'm the one who showed guys, I'm the one who showed this to Vosh and convinced him to be willing to go 50-50 on one of these. Like, if I have 50% of the cost of one of these, you better believe I'm going to bully Vosh into chipping in the other half, and we're gonna, like, own it 50-50. Because this is a literal Seamoth. How much are they? 550K is where they start at. $550,000, which is, like, pretty ridiculously cheap. I want one. It's a Seamoth. God. Like, you need to understand that rich people just have this stuff. Like, rich people wake up every day and sometimes they're in a bad mood despite the fact they have this stuff. Can you imagine being rich, owning something like that, and ever waking up in a bad mood? Makes me wish I was rich. Like, I'm usually not the kind of person who's upset about my financial spot in life. Like, most of the time I'm not, at least. But when I see videos like this, it's just like, fuck. Like, I'm not one to really want, like luxury items, but that is something I want. When I want a luxury item, it's because it does a cool thing. Like, I can do a fun, cool thing with it. But there's a level of rich that people get to where they stop buying stuff because of utility or because it does anything cool, and they start buying absurdly fucking expensive shit just to have it. Like, when they start buying $10 million art pieces, it's like, okay, at that point you have enough money. You don't need any more money. You've literally gotten bored and are just buying useless things, you know? Obviously, art can appreciate in value and be resold, but I'm talking about, like, dumb shit that's like, implanted in the middle of the yard is this $5 million goose statue. It's like, okay. Art is also a tax haven. That's true as well, yeah. Professor Like Attacks, thank you for the $5, making me $5 richer. Haha, thank you. Said, this one's for the Seamoth Fund. Thank you, I really do appreciate that. Yeah, boats also just lose value, and I imagine the submarine would only lose value too. You would definitely want to get most of your usage out of that thing in the first, like, 10 to 15 years you own it, I feel. But Gosh. Art is the wrong analogy. Okay, bad example, but regardless, I think you guys know what I mean. Rich people love here's a good example. How many like Supreme, a brand that is known for being like rich people shit. Like you got to spend a lot of money to get their shit, and it's a flex to have it. So much of their clothes is actually just a blank t-shirt that has their branding on it somewhere. Sometimes not even in sight of passerbys. They like it's literally a $5,000 blank white t-shirt. Like those exist. Because there's a certain level of wealth where people just don't give a fuck about how much things cost anymore and just buy things to have it. I thought it was all limited edition. Part of it's collector's value too. But that collector's value comes from what I'm talking about. Really rich people having a lot of money that they can spend on things that offer them no value, no intrinsic value, no like fun, no service or utility, just they have it. Right? Like that's obscene wealth. That is what obscene wealth is. I mean, look at the example here. If I go to the website for those submarines, the U-Boat Works website really fast, I can show you guys like how obscenely wealthy some of the clientele of this company have to be. Here is the super yacht / submarine combo called the Nautilus. This is the Nautilus. The embodiment of exploration. Discover what makes the Nautilus submarine the ultimate exploration vessel, both on and under the water, functioning as both a yacht and a submarine. General characteristics. Maximum operating depth is 150 meters, and that's 500 feet. The range? 3,200 nautical miles. It's also got solar panels. 7 crew. Its occupancy is 7 crew and up to 10 guests comfortably. I'm sure you could pack plenty more people than that on there. Overall length is 42 meters, beam overall is 7.7 meters, and the gross tonnage is 1,610 tons. And it is a submarine, as you can see below decks, that has full accommodation for an above deck. They talk about like their company and the design. Yeah. But particularly if you look at they've got another one that's even bigger. That's their small Cyclops-type submarine, by the way. Oh, you can do custom. If we look at the UWEP, check out the UWEP, guys. The UWEP, the Underwater Entertainment Platform, presents a new class of exceptionally spacious, privately operated entertainment submarines that can carry up to 120 guests, including crew and staff, in a fully conditioned environment to a depth of 150 meters. The UEP offers 150 square meters, or 1,600 square feet, of configurable venue space that can be tailored to the operator's requirements. Michelin star underwater restaurant, one-of-a-kind casino, unique conference location, world's most exclusive wedding venue. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. You can look down at some of the photos they've taken of like their current existing models. Some of these are renders, though. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think they have like the configure. Yeah, here we go. So you have like, you can buy it in different configurable designs. So there's even a little control room down here. You see that? That's the piloting control room. I think that's the pilot's chair, and that's like a control room of some kind. This is the by default restaurant layout, which is like probably the most traditional, like what you'd expect to get on something like this. Then you've got the casino layout. Oh, does it not change the thing? It used to do that. What? Ah, their site's broken. It used to change it, but they have a restaurant, casino, product presentation, and wedding venue, like a template essentially for how you can get it. Pretty crazy. And if we go back to production models and we look at what I'm talking about here, the Nemo series, they just do the Nemo 2 now. I guess it's more It's probably more cost efficient to just do the Nemo too. But this one is like the big, popular one. The Seamoth one. Depth rating, 100 meters, 330 feet. Length and height. Operational autonomy is up to 8 hours. Not going very deep or far from the coast, though. 1 passenger, 1 pilot. And it can go up to 3 knots. Not super fast, but not too slow. Yeah, and you gotta get qualified before you can pilot it. But it's not super hard, apparently. You do need a crane to get into the water if you're not gonna keep it docked. Yeah. God, I wish I was rich, but also I wish there weren't rich people. A very complicated and struggle-filled dichotomy.